Maple Grove police and firefighters are being called heroes after they rescued a woman in a wheelchair. The woman was stranded on a balcony when a fire broke out early Sunday morning at a fourplex in the 9300 block of Juneau Lane North. Reporter Sonia Goins has more.
Now, this was a pretty dramatic rescue. The Maple Grove Fire Department says they got a call early Sunday morning from a woman who is wheelchair bound. She said that her garage was on fire and that the fire was quickly spreading to the rest of the house. Now, the Maple Grove Police Department were the first to arrive on the scene, and their quick thinking helped to save the fire victim.
Very fortunate.
Several people made it out of the home before emergency crews arrived on the scene.
3 residents at all were transported for evaluation for smoke inhalation.
But the woman in the wheelchair was stuck on a second floor balcony.
They show up, they confirm that it's on fire, they see this person on the balcony. So they drove their squad car right up there and used it as a platform to get to her.
Crews got the woman out of her wheelchair and used a stretcher to hoist the woman over the balcony. Fire Chief Tim Bush says if the victim was on the lower level of the home, she might not be alive today.
I can't guarantee that we would have been able to safely get her out if she were in the lower level.
Firefighters don't know what caused the 2-alarm fire, but they're pretty sure it started in the garage.
There were quite a bit of belongings stored in the garage and resulted in kind of a deep-seated fire, which is always a challenge.
Fire crews used a special hose that allows them to spray water in tight spaces. It prevented the fire from causing even more damage to other units.
All 4 units have heavy smoke damage. Of course, this one's going to be a total loss because of smoke and water damage.
In Maple Grove, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
All of the people who were taken to the hospital have been treated and released. A longtime member of the New Hope Police Department has decided to call it a career. Scott Crocker has spent parts of 5 decades working for the city of New Hope.
It's just getting to be that time.
For the last 36 years,
here I am. Made it much farther than I thought I would.
Scott Crocker has shown an unwavering sense of loyalty to the New Hope Police Department.
Oh, I get a little emotional now, but I never really thought about going anywhere else.
Crocker was hired by the department in 1985 and worked his way up from officer to sergeant to captain.
It just became like a family. Pretty much everything I wanted to do in police work, I was able to do here.
Now, Crocker says it's time to finally step away from this family.
I'm able to draw Social Security if I want. I won't say exactly how old I am, but that's old enough.
It's a career filled with significant moments, but he says none more so than the events of January 26, 2015.
Okay, I'd like to call the City Council meeting of January 26th to order. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
It's kind of a career definer. Myself and some of my colleagues, how we responded.
That night,
I'm really happy to have these 2 gentlemen here.
2 officers were being sworn in at the New Hope City Council meeting. Minutes later,
Get down. Everybody get down.
Raymond Kmetz walked into City Hall and opened fire on the officers. Crocker happened to be right there when it happened.
He came up the steps, he was behind some people, and the gun came down, and the next thing I knew, this was not planned at all. It was just pure reaction. My gun was in my hand and I'm going at him. And I thought I shot him 3 times. So, it was just basically a miracle that no one else got,
The quick actions from Crocker and 2 other officers likely prevented others from getting hurt. A defining moment in a lengthy law enforcement career.
I hope everyone thinks they've done a good job, and it's been a good career.
Meanwhile, New Hope Police welcomed a new officer to the force. Mary Lee Larson was sworn in at the last New Hope City Council meeting. She has already completed her probation training. After the swearing in, New Hope City Council member John Elder commented on the camaraderie and morale boost the department has seen under current Chief Patrick Hoyt, something Elder says, quote, hasn't always been there. In Brooklyn Park, the city has submitted a request to Hennepin County to review the speed limit of an increasingly traveled north-south thoroughfare. Douglas Drive, or County Road 14 between Highway 610 and 109th Avenue at the Champlin border, currently has a speed limit of 50 miles per hour. That limit was determined about 2 decades ago when the vast majority of the area was undeveloped. That, of course, has significantly changed. The city has also seen crashes increase on that stretch. If the speed limit were to change, the state has the authority to do so for a county road. Here is the spooky thought. Home heating bills are expected to go up this winter. The cost of heating was brought up during Saturday's spooktacular celebration in Brooklyn Park. Community Action Partnership of Hennepin County was at the event, letting people know about its energy assistance program. The nonprofit provides a range of services for low-income families, including help with heating bills.
Winter's coming, and with it is going to be a shock for our clients because a lot of them probably don't know about the 54% increase in fuel prices, and they're going to be really surprised when they open that bill come December and January.
Energy assistance is available to homeowners and renters that meet a certain income threshold. We'll have more details at ccxmedia.org. We will cap off this news segment on a sweet note. The babies in the neonatal unit at North Memorial Health Hospital in Robbinsdale were not left out of the Halloween fun. Staff members have made it a yearly tradition to make costumes for the little ones. As we go to break, here's a look at some of the cute creations.
I'm John Jacobson with sports. The Class 6A football playoffs started Friday night. 2 local teams had their first meeting in 10 years in a first-round game. Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
6-2 Wayzata hosting 4-4 Osseo in the first round of the Class 6A football playoffs. First quarter, and Ryan Harvey throws the slant to Drew Birkeland, and he breaks a tackle to score. Wayzata gets on the board first. They add a field goal to lead it 10-0 after 1 quarter. In the second, Dante Cockrell Jr. finishes a drive with a 9-yard TD run. The Trojans dominate this game and lead it 17-0. Late in the first half, Julian Alfaro Diedrich on the sweep fights through a tackle and gets in. Wayzata is in command, leading 23-0 at the half. Midway through the third, Alfaro Diedrich gets a nice seam to run through, and he scores his second TD of the night, and it's 30-0 Trojans. Harvey and Birkeland connect for a short TD late in the quarter. The Wayzata defense holds Osseo in check until midway through the fourth on the way to a 37-6 Trojans win. They play at Stillwater Friday. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
In Class 5A, Armstrong received a first-round bye and hosted a section playoff game on Saturday. Jason Malillo has the highlights.
Armstrong at home against St. Louis Park in the Section 5-5A playoffs. Jamin Malone connects with Peyton Newburn, and he's home for a 51-yard Armstrong touchdown and a 7-3 Falcons lead. Second quarter, Malone up top again, this time for Caden College. It's an 18-yard score and a 15-3 lead. Malone finds a third receiver for another TD. It's a 40-yard connection with Eustace McGowan. Great catch, and the Falcons lead 22-3. They're up 29-3 at halftime. But that lead dwindles in the second half. William Dvorak, great pass to Stefano Giovanelli for a touchdown, and the Orioles cut the lead to 29-26. Armstrong puts together a gutsy drive. Malone to Ernest Evans, and he's across midfield. Then on 4th and 2, Newburn keeps the drive alive with a great catch. Then Malone escapes pressure and hits Marquand Tucker. The junior puts down his kickstand and spins away and gets to the end zone. A fabulous effort, and Armstrong goes on to win 35-26. Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
Armstrong plays at top-seeded Cooper for a section title Friday night. The Hawks beat Minneapolis Southwest in their semifinal. Park Center plays in a different Class 5A section than Armstrong and Cooper. and the Pirates made their own bid for a home playoff win. Park Center football at home Saturday afternoon to take on Buffalo in the Section 6 5A semifinals. The Bison get on the scoreboard first. Quarterback Evan Sofker on the keeper rushes it into the end zone for a 10-yard touchdown, put Buffalo ahead 7-0 after one. Second quarter, Pirates quarterback Marcus Freeman throws a short pass to Austin Iobomadele, and the senior is quickly into the open field. He goes 77 yards for a score. This game is tied 7-7 at halftime. Third quarter, and Freeman is flushed out of the pocket. He dumps the pass to running back Micah Hoban, who fights his way to the end zone. It's a 12-yard scoring play, and Park Center leads 14-7. Later in the quarter, Buffalo blocks a punt, and it sets up a short field for their offense. Once again, it's quarterback Sofker keeping it. He runs it in for his second touchdown of the game, and it's 14-all. But on the ensuing kickoff, it's Hoban fielding the ball at his 17-yard line, and watch him go. He picks up a good block downfield for number 5, Ishmael Conte, and that springs him for the rest of the return. It's a 77-yard touchdown. Hoban would add another TD late as Park Center advances to their first section final since 2015 with a 28-20 win over Buffalo. The Pirates play at top-seeded Rogers on Friday. In Brooklyn Park, John Jacobson, CCX Sports. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.